Okay, so you walked away from something that was depleting you, that was siphoning your energy, that was taking more from you than it was ever going to give back to you. And you realized that one day and you walked away. And the people who were still in that space, whether it's an energetic one or a very physical one, they thought it was from weakness. They thought it's because you couldn't hack it. They thought it was because you couldn't hang and that you were just not cut out. You weren't made of the right stuff to stay there, that it was a weakness of yours, that you were walking away, you were admitting defeat, you were admitting that you weren't strong enough. What they didn't realize about you walking away is that it was actually a hard thing to do. It was a hard decision to make because it might have been easier for you in some ways to stay there and keep over giving and keep allowing yourself to be depleted because it would have been more comfortable. It would have been the more comfortable choice. But something happened where you just knew you couldn't stay anymore. You knew that it was never going to lead to the places where you want to go in your life. It was never going to bring you the types of things that it promised. And it could be a relationship, it could be a work environment, it could be a group of people, it could be a institution, it's going to be different for everybody. But you had to make the decision to walk away, and it was actually really agonizing for you in some way, or it was, and then you made the choice to, and now you're happy. But at some point it was difficult, okay, if this one's for you. And they thought it was weakness, but actually took a lot of strength to walk away, and they don't realize that because they aren't brave enough, strong enough themselves at this point to walk away, or they're the ones who are taking advantage. But I get the feeling a lot of these people are still being taken advantage of, and they in that space, and they don't want to admit it, or they don't want to have to make the choice that you did. So it's easier to think that it was just weakness and they're the strong ones, as if that's some kind of competition anyway. And what they also didn't realize when they said to themselves and to each other that you were just too weak for it, you just weren't cut out for it, just weren't made of like the right stuff. Now that book is coming into my head. Dennis Quaid narrates it. So if Rockets and the Right Stuff and Dennis Quaid mean anything to you. But the other thing I didn't understand about you walking away is that you walked away to do something completely foreign to you, or that was something new, or something that was going to require a lot of gumption, a lot of motivation, a lot of self-driven ness. Whether you were creating something new for yourself, you were walking down a new path, you were doing something unconventional, but it required you to walk away from a lot of things you had known, not only them, but a lot of other things. And it required you to learn new things and to take on new things and to see things you thought you knew in a new light. And a lot of that took a lot of courage and a lot of bravery and a lot of strength. So you walked away and they thought it was weakness, but they didn't recognize that it's a very particular type of strength you were exhibiting. It's not the kind that has bravado and yells about itself and tries to convince everyone. It's just the kind that is true, and you come to a point where it has to be done if you want what you want, and you know what you want, and you do want what you want. So it had to be done. And I am getting that they are going to see what strength it took, because at least some of them, because they're going to make the same choice you did. You're actually going to inspire a chain reaction, even if it's been like a few years or something. You're going to inspire a chain reaction because they're going to come up against the same thing that you did. Now the energy is just heading in that way, where certain like masks are being ripped off, certain illusions are being revealed, and they're going to, like, all the jokes they ever made or all like the things they ever said about you, now they're going to be wondering how you did it. So if they reach out to you and ask, that's up to you whether you want to share or you just want to decline their call and keep moving on, because it's going to depend on the situation if you want to reach back down and help them, or if that would be something risky for them to try to kind of pull you into where they are in their I just got desperate attempt to get the help and not have to take the journey that you took, because they're about to find out how incredibly strong you were the whole time. So someone needed to hear that, and I see you and I appreciate you.